Previously on 2 Past Midnight.
Yeah, I want to find out if anybody knows what the beeping is, if it's a familiar thing, or if that's ever happened before.
I haven't seen this before.
I mean, no motor noise, no nothing, just the horns.
Yep.
Harrison, how sneaky are you?
You know, sneaking around the farm, hiding from my brother when we would do stuff like that.
Is there anything about me that looks sneaky?
No, I believe you're a kick down the front door kind of guy.
Cole still has the launcher, don't you?
Oh shit, he's got the AT4.
Yeah.
I do.
And I have launch crew as part of my stuff.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
So you guys remember where we were?
Not a clue. It's been like 9 weeks.
Waiting to die.
Oh, no.
Emmett and Harrison are going to fire off an AT4.
Yeah, I've been waiting to live.
Yeah, so where we left off, Harrison and Emmett were headed north out of town, if I remember correctly, and headed towards the vehicle horn honks that you could hear coming from the north. The rest of you guys are hunkered down with everybody else from the town in the church.
Final resting place.
Yep. Always a good plan. It's always worked out well historically, by the way. So Cole's up in the tower, and he's got one of the civilians with him, and then you guys are kind of all spread out, guarding different entrance points, and keeping an eye out. It's still dark out.
And ringing the heck out of that bell.
I thought they were ringing it to bring everyone to the church originally, weren't you?
No, I told them before I left to make sure they kept ringing that bell so that they knew that we were still at the church.
That is accurate.
Yeah, to basically keep the audio cue that we're not coming to rocket launch them.
Okay. That's fair. All right, so who's ringing the bell up in the steeple?
NPC number 2.
All right, so he's down there ringing the bell. Ding, 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 ding. In the distance, you can still hear the horns honking. Honk, 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 honk. And we have Emmett and Harrison heading out. It's dark. Did you guys take the NVGs with you? I couldn't remember.
I believe so.
Who has the NVGs?
Harrison.
Okay. That's what I needed to know.
I can see in the dark, kinda.
All right, so Harrison has the NVGs, and him and Emmett are headed out of town. What does it look like, Emmett and Harrison?
Captain Emmett, before we head out there, I want to tell you something.
Yeah, go ahead, speak, boy.
One thing I know about being sneaky like, be very, very quiet. We're hunting rabbits.
Oh, hell.
Me and my brother used to say stuff like that when we went hunting. I'm just trying to keep it a little lighthearted.
If you don't mind, I mean, we're about to stare down the barrel of a rifle here. So maybe we could try and keep our head in the game as much as we can.
Sneak up on them, fire off that is it AT4? Whatever. Give them a little wake-up call. You follow my lead. These NVGs, I can see in the dark. It's pretty cool.
Just keep your head down. Let's not get shot up before we get the rocket off. As soon as we get eyes on the target, we'll assess the situation, fire the rocket. As soon as we fire the rocket, we are double time back to the church, preparing for what I'm guessing is going to be our final stand, to the best of my knowledge.
Yeah, I reckon we just sneak up on them and get a good firing position. You let that thing fly, and then we run like a bat out of hell.
All right, just as long as we're on the same page.
So with the NVGs, Harrison, and we're going dead north. That was our plan, right? Sounds like that's where the horn's coming from.
Yeah, headed towards where you heard horns coming from to the north. I said they were coming from all of your cardinal directions. But yes, you guys were headed to the north ones.
Correct. We just picked a sound and a direction, and we are following the sound.
Yep.
So he's got the NVGs on, and is there like not a stealth, I know that's part of recon, but can you move at like half speed so you're not making as much noise?
What you can do is roll a stealth check.
And what would that be?
Recon?
Okay.
So, but it would be recon, and you would get I believe, hold on.
We should get like +2 for darkness, right?
I actually think it's a -2 on their checks to see you, not a bonus on the skill check, if I remember correctly.
What about the NVGs?
It negates darkness within 30 meters?
Yeah, it just negates the effect of darkness.
And my thought was you're seeing stuff that you could step on, trip over, yada, 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 because it's dark.
No, they don't give you a bonus to your recon, to sneak. Harrison knows what Harrison knows, right? And that's based off of his recon, not your recon. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just thinking stealth, he'd make less noise with the NVGs.
I understand. But yeah, no, it doesn't give you a bonus to recon rolls to infiltrate.
Okay, so straight recon and the darkness will give them negatives?
I believe so. I'm double checking that.
Yeah, I'm not arguing at all. It was, I was kind of trying to get any bonus I could.
I know you were. That's exactly.
Quit power gaming, Chris.
I knew what you were doing,
cheating.
but it's not the way it works. I was just explaining that's not the way it works.
I'm not cheating. I'm trying to use logic to my advantage.
The negatives seemed to work quite well. When we went into Parjou, the negatives ate us alive, so hopefully it does the same for them.
Yeah, it sure fucked us.
Yeah, the negative is on their perception, not a bonus on your recon. So,
Okie dokie. So straight recon roll.
yes, straight recon.
1 success.
Okay.
8 and a 3. We gonna sneak up on them, Captain Ammett.
All right, so you guys are headed to the north. It still sounds like the horn's a ways away. It wasn't like right outside of town. It was like a little ways to the north outside of town. We go back over to the church, and I'm gonna have Cole and Winkler roll recon rolls with. Both of you are gonna get a +2, and really, which one of you has a higher recon roll is really probably what we should do.
I am a C and a D with no additions.
I'm a flat B.
So it would put me at a B and a C, where it would put you as a B and a C. Or yeah, same either way.
I rolled like shit, so you can have it. That's fine.
Okay. 1 success.
Okay. All right, so you guys are in the church. Winkler's at the front entrance. Cole, you're up in the tower. Cole, you actually start to see movement headed towards the tree line to your southwest, like into that foliage.
I place my overwatch on that exact location.
Okay. So you're sitting there, staring out, and you just thought you saw like a shadow go into that foliage there. The horns had stopped a little bit ago. We cut back up to Emmett and Harrison. So you guys are probably about 200, 300 meters north out of town. And you guys, the horns stopped going, so you're not able to head directly towards the sound of them. So why don't you guys give me a recon roll?
Do the vehicle, does it have headlights on or anything like that?
I believe I answered this question numerous times last time, but I will say it again. You do not see headlights. You don't see headlights.
I'm sorry, that was 3 weeks ago.
No, that's fine. That's why I said it was a while ago, but I did answer it before. But yeah, you do not see headlights.
A recon roll coming up. 1 success.
Okay. Yeah, so you're able to kind of pinpoint the direction you had a general idea that it was coming from, like as you keep going. You guys are going along, and the ground up here is kind of wet and not quite marshy, but it's definitely like muddy as you get further north out of town. And you guys had 1 success on the recon, is that right? Not your 2 find, but your infiltrating in general?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 originally and then 1 now.
So yeah, so you keep going, and you're taking your time, but the ground's kind of as you're going. We go back to the church.
Cole's also giving the sign to one of the other people up there with him that he's got possible contact, and he's subtly making sure they kind of take an eye at the same similar area.
Okay. So she takes the 240 and moves over beside you. Winkler, you see a little bit of movement behind the collapsed buildings across the street from you.
Can I change Overwatch to the alley between the 2 buildings?
Okay. Yeah, and it was the one to the north. You just kind of see like some, like, I mean, it's like just on the edge of your, where you can see, I think.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, it's like right at the edge of it. You just barely see somebody.
Yeah, I want to change my Overwatch to right in front of the church.
Okay. So all of a sudden the horns start going off again. Honk, 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 honk. And you had them ringing the bell whenever the horns are going off, right? Or just constantly ringing the bell?
Constantly.
Okay, so you still hear honk, 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 and ding, ding. But the honking is getting closer, and that ringing of the bell is getting further and further behind you. As you get a little bit further out of town, you start coming up on a tree line, a little bit more of like a, clump of trees, a slightly wooded area. And you can kind of tell that honking is coming from in there.
What's the range?
I mean, you can only see about 60 meters, so...
Further than that.
About that far. Because it's nighttime, and that's your visible range.
Somewhere between the range of yay and hella.
Let's see. Not even 60. I'm sorry. 50 meters. So about 50 meters away.
And what's the story with the NBGs? They give you an extra 30?
Nope.
They just
They
negate.
Oh, that's right.
The -2 from the dark.
Okie dokie. Harrison goes into like a slow crouch.
Mm-hmm.
And makes the, behind him makes the get down motion to Emmett. And come forward. So he does the same thing that I do.
Mm-hmm.
And continues heading forward in the crouch.
Okay. Which one of you actually has the lower recon? Because that's the one that should be rolling it for infiltration.
Well, that'd be me.
You get a +1.
+1?
Mm-hmm.
All right. 2 and a 1. No successes.
Do you want to push that roll?
Didn't think you could on recon.
No. There's 2 different kinds of recon. There's a passive roll, which is perceiving, and there's an active roll, which is sneaking.
All right.
So you can't push passive rolls, but you can push active rolls. Sneaking is an active one, so you can push it.
Then I will gladly push it. A 1 and a 2.
Well, technically, you could have only re-rolled the 1 die, not both, because that 1, you know what I mean? You can't re-roll the 1.
Okay, then it's a 1 and a 1.
Roll coolness under fire. Okay. All right. You don't take any stress from it.
Because he's Emmett.
Cucumber.
Yeah, I fail all the recon.
But it doesn't bother
stress,
you
though.
one bit.
Not even a little.
So basically, so describe what this looks like, because Harrison was like trying to like coerce you into like being sneaky. What does Emmett do?
Well, I mean, Emmett is probably trying to be sneaky. He's following what Harrison is doing. It's just he is probably a larger, muscular individual, so it is not working for him. You know what I mean? It's like trying to get a buffalo to army crawl.
I mean, I imagine like because of all the mud I was describing, like his feet get stuck and he kind of like falls over. It's like, oh shit, you know, like yells out or something. Maybe not shit, but you know, like, oh dang it, you know, whatever. And then like all of a sudden you hear the horn stop.
And we're still not in view of the vehicle, correct?
No, you can see the tree line. You're about 30 meters out from the tree line.
Harrison drops prone and waves Emmett to drop prone. Captain Emmett, drop to the ground, drop to the ground.
Emmett will drop to the ground.
But yeah, from where you are, you do not see a vehicle. You see a tree line. That's where you heard the horn coming from. But you don't see a vehicle. You don't see headlights. Just a tree line.
Harrison's going to stay prone and just scan left to right with the NVGs. Captain Emmett, we're going to crawl. We're going to crawl. So Harrison starts belly crawling forward.
Okay. So Harrison and Captain Peterson are belly crawling to this tree line. We cut back over to the church, and the guys had heard the horns stop again. But you still hear that church bell. Ding, 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 from right upstairs.
Cole's fingers on the trigger, just waiting for something to pop a head out.
Okay. Roll recon. And this is a passive.
As
one.
is.
Yeah, -2. Actually, I'm sorry, -2. Yeah, -2.
But I have this beautiful vantage point from the top of a church tower. You wouldn't do that to me.
-2. Really, that would make that tree, that foliage just out of your range of sight, but...
You're the one that put my icon there. Obviously, I'm not going to aim past what I can see.
I'm just messing with you. I just meant like hypotenuse-wise.
Pythagoras said I'm doing great. 0 successes.
You could push that, right?
He said passive,
Nope,
you can't push.
It's passive.
Oh, never mind. I missed the passive part.
But technically, I'm actively watching. I don't understand that.
Those D6 ones are tough because what is that, a 16% chance?
Yeah, with -2, you're always going to end up with 2d6s in my case.
So you can kind of see, you don't see a person, but you do see like the foliage kind of moving. You see the foliage kind of like rustling in it.
Pigeons.
We got back up to Emmett and Harrison, low crawling through mud. You guys are about 10 meters out from that tree line. You still don't see a vehicle in there.
Quick question. When the horn stopped, did this one stop and then all the other ones stopped like in consecutively, or did they all like stop at the same time?
Roll recon.
1 success.
Nah, it does not seem like this was the first one to stop. Like another one you think might have stopped before it. Because they're not all honking at the same time. They're not simultaneously honking. It's like one group, like you'll hear honking coming from one direction, and then it comes from another direction, and then it comes from another direction. So it's not like this one's constantly honking. It's like it moves around.
Okay. He's going to keep belly crawling forward. Actually, before he moves up again, He'll just scan left to right with the NVGs on. If he does not see anything, come on, Captain Emmett, let's keep crawling.
Yep, he still doesn't see a vehicle or people.
And there were no vehicle sounds, correct?
Other than horn honks.
Okay.
But you don't hear horn honks now, so.
But we also didn't hear a vehicle engine rev or anything.
That is true.
Keep crawling slowly.
Okay. So you get that last 10 meters into that tree line. And, what do? You still don't see anybody or any vehicle.
So now we're at the tree line?
You're at the edge of the tree line. And it goes in as far as you can see. Like, you can't see out of the tree line with, like, how far you can see in the trees. Like, you're just looking, you're into a tree line, basically. Like a small little forest.
You know how much cover those trees provide. You've been there.
Absolutely. And if we... That was not Harrison, that was Murph.
It was always Leslie.
It was always Chris.
So there's no way to judge if and where a clearing is.
Yeah, you don't see a clearing. So,
okay.
No.
So he will go back to a crouch and wait for Emmett to catch up to him.
All right, so Emmett catches up with you.
Captain Emmett. Yeah. The horns were coming from in here somewhere. There's got to be a clearing, don't you think?
Those at least got to be big enough for a vehicle to fit in. Unless it's a circus clown.
Did we go in the wrong direction? I think this is where it's coming from, don't you?
I mean, I was following you, and we were following the sound. Last I heard it, it was coming from this way.
I say we keep moving. Just go slow and quiet. Go quiet like. And Harrison will keep moving forward slowly and carefully and scanning with his MVGs.
So you're kind of crouching, sneaking into the forest. I'm assuming you going from tree to tree, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're moving in. And roll me a recon roll. Add a -2. Actually, -3.
Okay.
You know what? -100.
Right? Just a D and a nothing.
So just a D6.
Yep. Oof. That would be a 1.
An unpushable roll. All right. So you're moving from tree to tree, kind of sneaking through. Emmett's a little ways behind you. All of a sudden, right beside you, you hear honk, 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 like directly beside you. Cut back over to the church. Winkler, you hear a shot. Come from across the street, like 30, 40 meters out. And let me roll that shot. Dude beside you drops. This guy. Was that Alex?
That is not Alex. Alex is to the south of me.
Okay, that's Yasik then. That was who that was.
Yeah, that's Yasik.
So Yasik, you see, takes a bullet. He's BAM! And drops to the ground. What do? You guys all hear the shot, by the way.
Like all of us?
You guys would hear a shot. Yeah, you're close enough. You'd hear a single gunshot. Yeah.
I drop prone and keep my position.
Okay.
I've still got the door to the north of me, taking cover behind that. And I drop prone. Yeah.
Doc kind of yells out, "Is everybody okay?"
I just keep eyes to the outside.
Doc, Yasik's down. Come check him.
All right, so Doc moves over. All right, I'm coming over. I'm coming. Yasik's alive, but he definitely, took a bullet. He's like, it clipped him in the shoulder. He seems like he's here. Let me. And he starts, trying to patch him up. Cut back up to Emmett and Harrison. And that horn had just gone off right beside you. And beside you, Harrison, what you see is essentially a car battery with a horn hooked up to it, like a car horns, you know? And some kind of electronic device for initiating it.
Psychological warfare. Or a great distraction. Captain Emmett, you see this? Come here.
I'm right here, Harris.
Check this out. They got some kind of thing rigged up to this battery to make this horn go off. There's no vehicle out here. Now I feel stupid.
Well, what you should feel is alive, because what's about to happen to that church is going to be ugly. We need to double time now back to the church.
Harrison pulls the device off the battery. Just yanks it.
Roll tech roll.
Not a success.
All right, now this is what I want you to do. Roll me. This isn't going to be good.
Didn't check for booby traps.
That was what the tech roll was for.
I meant, like, Harrison didn't think to check for booby traps.
Or did and thought it was fun. All right. This could be bad.
Now I feel even stupider.
He severs his spinal cord.
This is how we're going to do this. Harrison, you roll 2d8. Basically a C and a C roll. And Emmett, you roll 2d8. You guys are going to roll your own blast radius.
3 and a 6.
Okay.
8 and a 4.
You both take 2 points of damage. Roll a d6 for hit location, because this is going to matter too.
I've got a 2.
4.
They're both in the chest, so both of you guys are wearing your flax, so that'll reduce the damage by 1. So you guys, actually, hold on. The flak actually takes all of the damage, because it increases, your flak takes all the damage to it, but you both end up prone and it knocks you to the ground. Boom! And we cut back over to the church.
Oops.
You guys hear an explosion from the north. Poof!
Sounds like they got one of the trucks.
Doc, how's he doing?
I got him patched up. I got him patched up. Yeah, are you good, Yasek?
All right, get back to your window. Some shit's about to start.
So Doc moves back over to his window.
Yasek, you are?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good. Hold on. And then he gets back up, grabs a rifle, and goes back to the window.
Cole starts looking a little bit more northeast.
Okay.
Changing my overwatch out farther.
Okay. So the horns are still going off. Honk, 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 honk. And you hear another gunshot, but it's from further out, not from across the street. It sounds like it's 100, 200 meters out, maybe, to the northeast. You hear a single shot, just cut back over to Harrison and Emmett, and you guys are on the ground. Ears are ringing for obvious reasons.
Shit. Captain Emmett, you okay?
I swear you are worse than a toddler. Good gravy. Don't you know not to touch nothing?
I thought it would be good to disable it so that they can't use it no more.
Despite the fact that we're almost half blown to death, it also lets them know that we came and disabled something over here that they knew they set up.
I forgot about one more roll, and I'm sorry for interrupting the role play. I need both of you guys to roll a d6. Nope.
It's raining.
Emmett, your armor has been ablated.
All right.
You rolled a 1. That means your flak jacket no longer acts as a flak jacket. It basically blew a hole in your flak jacket.
Quattro for me.
Yep, you're good.
Yay.
So you no longer get a +1 to your armor from the flak.
My mistake, Captain Emmett, but let's get the fuck back there. Never mind this sneaking shit. Let's run.
Ain't no reason to sneak anymore.
I got the NVG, so follow my lead.
Just go!
Harrison takes off.
You guys start double timing it back to the church. We cut back over to the church. And you go, honk, 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 honk. It stops. Some time goes by. And, Winkler, you see some figures coming out from the north. Coming down that road.
Can he switch his Overwatch?
Sure.
Right. So he's gonna switch to the hex just to the north of him a little bit more.
Okay. Emmett and Harrison, you guys are coming back down that main street, down and through the village. And you're coming up on the church. What do you do?
Harrison doesn't even think about the fact that he might get shot coming in. He's just running.
So you guys are coming down through the town, headed towards the church. And you can see him, Winkler. It's Harrison and Captain Peterson coming back through the town.
Okay, positive ID, he's not going to shoot him, you know.
Right. Yeah. I'm not that much of a dick. I've thought about the mechanics behind that, and I was like, I don't want to deal with that. I mean, I think it could just be a recon roll, but, you know, I don't feel like being that much of an asshole right now. So you're all welcome.
Look forward to it in a future episode.
Wait, did you say you're not that much of an asshole? I don't believe you.
Yeah.
He's just doing it for everybody else.
Yeah.
If I pull up just a little bit, then everybody else will realize I'm benevolent.
See? That's what it is.
Yeah.
You're like, man, he totally could have been a dick there.
He still really leans on this whole, I could be worse, making him good.
Right.
I didn't say it makes me good. I said it makes me not as bad as I could be.
I believe that's called gaslighting.
Bingo!
All of a sudden, you guys smell rotten eggs.
Is that what GM stands for? Gaslighting, motherfucker.
Oh, man. So, yeah, so you guys are headed back towards the church. What do you do?
Should be looking to see if there's anybody here, but Harrison is not thinking that. He just wants to get back to the church. So he's double timing straight to the front doors of the church.
Mm-hmm. Emmett, what are you doing? What does it look like?
Emmett is, just right there with Harrison. I mean, just as pushing as hard as he can to get back to the church.
All right, so yeah, so you guys get to the front door of the church, and you got Winkler there covering you. Then you make it into the church.
Tell him what we found, Captain Emmett.
Emmett will basically, as soon as he comes through the door of the church, he will spin up against the wall and kind of hit his back up against the wall and slide down. He will immediately release his flak jacket to basically alleviate the pressure that was caused from the explosion, and toss his flak jacket aside, knowing that it's useless to him at this point. As he's trying to catch his breath, he's going to look at Winkler and go, Harrison ain't nothing but a liability. What we found out there is they've got horns rigged to electronic components. They're just sounding off. There's not even vehicles or personnel actually manning these things. They could be anywhere at this point.
I ain't a liability. I found we got there, didn't we?
You blew me up. You need to just take 2 steps back at this point.
You still alive? Are you hurt? Did you get hit?
Yeah. Basically blew my flak jacket backwards.
God be shining on you. You're okay. We made it back.
God was shining on me. He wouldn't have cursed me with you, young blood.
Harrison, you're a good shot, right?
I can shoot a bit.
Can you go down there and help out Alex? He's looking out that southeast window. Can you go lend him a hand? He's doing the best he can, but I'm pretty sure you're a better shot than him.
Yes, sir, Major.
Captain Peterson.
Yes, sir, Major, sir.
Captain Peterson, take a breath.
I still can't hear very well. You're gonna have to speak up a little bit there, Winkler.
Just take a breath. If we're gonna get through this night, we gotta stay together. Let's not go tearing at each other now.
We got out there. They had some kind of system rigged up to where they could sound a horn. It wasn't attached to anything. It wasn't a vehicle. It wasn't a firing squad. It wasn't anything. It was just a battery, a horn, and an explosive device. And Youngblood just decided he was going to disconnect it, and about that time it blew apart, throwing both of us back. I mean, the fact that we were even able to walk away from this is nothing short of a miracle. My flak jacket's toast.
Yeah, so they're just rigging it up, making it sound like their numbers are greater than what they have.
Or their numbers may be the same. Who knows? It wasn't a vehicle out there. It was a diversion. It was a distraction. And with that explosion going off, they now know that we have left the church, found them out. I don't know what's next.
Yeah, they took a shot at Yasik, and then they heard the explosion, and they started peeling back and going back. I don't know if they've got to be regrouping and trying to figure out how to come at us a different way, because they got to know by now we sent somebody out and tripped one of their devices.
Right. They know that we're wise to them. I don't know where we go from here. I mean, at this point, we are sitting ducks, but we're also the last hope of the rest of these civilians here at this church.
Captain Peterson, that 240 is still up in the watchtower. There's a Polish woman on it. I don't know what she knows about it, but I know you got it on lock, right?
Know it as well as I do my right arm.
All right. Harrison will stay down here and help out Alex. And if you want to take up that 240 again, do we have another flak around? Alex, did you pick up another flak jacket somewhere?
No, none of those guys had flak jackets.
Okay. Murph, you still wearing your flak jacket?
Yeah, I guess I'm not using it. He can take it.
Problem solved.
I want that back, though, Emmett. Don't get no holes in it.
It is repairable, by the way.
It's got enough holes in it from when you went and got paralyzed.
The flak jacket's repairable?
Yeah, it's repairable.
Not right now.
No, not right now. It takes time and stuff. Like, you would need general spare parts and, like, a shift or something like that.
A roll of aluminum foil.
I mean, it's more like a roll of a tech skill, but
It's a tinfoil hat.
Hey, Emmett, all kidding aside, take this flak jacket. Be careful. Don't get hit.
I'll do my best. I'm going to try and keep everybody here alive. Despite our own basic desire, it seems like, to find death around every turn.
Seems like we all like a bit of adventure, don't we? I'm just missing the party.
if you guys had to estimate what time it is, it'd be like 3, 4 in the morning at this point. The bell's still going off. Ding, 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 ding. Some time passes and you don't hear the horn honks anymore. You haven't heard them for a little bit. Like, you suddenly notice, like, you haven't heard them in like 45 minutes or something like that.
Alex, can you run up to the bell tower and tell Captain Peterson to take it easy on that bell? Just let it ride for a minute.
I mean, they've also been up in the bell tower with it fucking ringing the whole time.
That dude's deaf as fuck.
It depends on the size of the bell.
All right, so you tell him to take it easy on the bell, so he kind of lightens up. What do you guys do?
Is there any... When was the last time anybody slept?
A while ago, like the previous night.
Right, because it's on another Roll20 page. I was just curious.
Yeah, it was like the previous day.
Okay. We should probably start dialing it back to 50%.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are like most of the way through what would be the evening shift at this point.
Right. So we need to bring it down to 50% or else we're going to get exhausted. And that's a whole other fucking thing, sleep deprivation.
Actually, at this point, by the time morning comes around, someone's going to be exhausted.
Right.
Someone's going to be headed in that and needs to make coolness under fire roll.
Right.
Whoever's not actively sleeping at that point. Because we're really like heading into the morning shift at this point. That was why I was saying it was like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Harrison, Doc, go ahead and try to get some Z's. Yasik, Alex, can you take over for them?
Sure thing. So who's going to sleep again?
It's up to them. They don't have to listen to me.
Well, who did you say?
I said Doc and Harrison.
I mean, Doc's going to do what he's told, so yeah, he'll be like, okay.
Oh.
He's an NPC.
Gotcha. Harrison, go ahead and rack down. Try to get some sleep this morning. Alex and Yasik are going to take over watch for you.
Yes, sir. I'll get me some shut eye.
Anybody got any Tylenol? I've got the worst headache from that stupid bell.
All right, so that's 2 people that are sleeping. Who else is going to be sleeping into the morning shift?
Winkler would let Cole and Captain Peterson know that they should probably take turns. You know, one of them's down watch, the other one go to catch some Z's, and let them decide amongst themselves.
Emmett, it sounds like you've been through a bit of trials and tribulations. Why don't you go ahead and get a little shut-eye, and I'll keep this tower active while you're out.
Ain't no way there, Cole. I appreciate it, but at this point, I am going to stay on watch for right now.
Well, if you don't mind, then I'm going to sneak to the corner and shut my eyes. You need anything, I'm just a couple meters away.
That's fine.
And Cole will take a sleep.
Yeah. So Emmett's up in the tower now?
He's on the 240.
Yep, he'll be back on the 240.
All right. Cole is sleeping.
Tactical sleeping.
Yep. Someone who's awake, roll a d6.
Begins
Fuck a
to
duck.
rain.
Fuck a duck. Yep. 1.
So right as you see the sun start to come up just a little bit over the horizon in the east, and there's like this bright red tint to it, right? And you hear and rain just starts coming down. Whoever's rolling your on watch recon roll it with a +3.
I guess that's me, because I know Captain Peterson has a garbage recon.
That's right.
Do we have electricity to plug the NVGs in?
No. They've been running like candles and shit in here.
Gotcha. Didn't know if they had batteries or anything.
I swear we share a brain. I was just thinking that.
Yep, we're both power gaming.
Just thinking out loud.
Yeah, because the nuclear power plant here just happens to be up and running.
Okay, there's apparently enough car batteries that we can set them in the field. I thought maybe there was one around here.
No, there's not. Where do you think they got them from?
Cars.
That's fair.
The many, many cars.
This one right here to the north. These two right over here on the other street. And there's a truck over here a little bit further on the other street over there. Another car to the north.
I'm aware. That's why I brought it up.
All right, but yeah, no, there's nowhere to plug the energies in.
Coolio.
But rain's coming down. And, all right, that's a pretty decent recon roll.
It's not nothing.
Much rather you roll 1 on weather than recon.
I mean, I did also roll a 1 on recon, so.
With a success mixed in.
Well, yeah.
All right, some time goes by. Most of the morning goes by, and you guys don't see anything. You're just staring out into the rain, looking for movement or anything. You don't see anything. What do you do?
I'm on watch. I stay on watch.
I know. I'm saying the morning goes by.
Oh, the shift is over?
Yeah,
Okay.
like the morning goes by, and like
Murph is like, they're not going to attack us in the rain or during the day. They're going to wait for nighttime again.
Major Winkler's got to get some sleep too. So he's going to wake up Doc and Harrison and ask them to stand watch while Alex and Yasik also go to sleep.
okay. All right, wait. So which one of you PCs is on watch?
Cole will wake up, head on over and try to convince Emmett to take a little bit of a break and get some sleep. Come on, Emmett, buddy. Feels good to take a little bit of a rest. Why don't you turn your brain off for just a few?
Only because you're up here? Well, I feel comfortable doing that.
I got you, brother. I'm going to pull out the binoculars and head on over and start scanning areas.
Okay. By the time the morning ends and you start heading into daytime, the rain lets up. Doc moves back over to take a position on the wall, or on this other door here to the northwest. That guy goes and is going to go take a nap. I think it's Yasik, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And then Alex is also going to go take a nap. And then the lady that's in the tower comes down.
So there's nobody up here in the tower with me?
Yeah, there's this other guy.
Oh, there you go.
He just moved up there.
Gonna pick his brain for a bit and see if I can find out if they have any inkling where the general cardinal direction that these yahoos are all at. Where they typically come from. And
Yeah, I mean, it's Frederick is the one that's up there with you now. And yeah, he basically, he doesn't know. You know, like they don't just pick one direction they'll come into town from in the past. They kind of move around and come in from various directions.
yeah, I get that, but like you've not done any recon at all. You've not stumbled upon anything that's not like anything, or you don't know of a settlement anywhere around here where you think they're coming from. They're literally just ghosts to you guys.
Well, I mean, we haven't found a camp or anything. So, no, we don't know where they're holed up at.
Man, I'd like to put an end to this. I don't want to leave you guys here with this. This isn't good or healthy for anybody. But I just don't know where to start. I mean, last two things we've tracked, we've come back with crap.
But yeah, Frederick, when he went up there, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. So, didn't have any good information on, where their camp is or anything like that. The other ones are all sleeping around. Father Robert is also sleeping at this point.
Cole's frustrated from that conversation. Just so.
I mean, they've mostly just tried to stay in their town and mind their own business for the most part,
Is Doc awake or is he sleeping?
Doc's awake, yeah. He's right here on the northwest side of the building.
Murph, because he's not that far away from where I'm laying. Doc, how are we looking? I'm getting tired just being dead weight here. I'm missing all the fun.
Well, let me look at this calendar. Let's see.
30 days has September.
this is how we're going to do this, Chris. You're not at the end.
You're going to stop asking me how long this is
I
going to
wasn't asking Adam.
I'm going to make a deal with you. You can start moving, right?
Okay.
Crawling. That's about it. And this is my way of making it a gradual thing and not a like,
Yeah.
boom, on this date, you can suddenly walk.
Yeah, I
again,
don't want
right?
it to be like that.
No, I know. That's why I'm saying, at this point, you can start moving. You'll be able to crawl, but it's going to take a mobility roll.
And you can start eating soft foods.
Now,
Yeah.
here's the deal. If you push that mobility roll, so it'll take a mobility roll to move 1 hex. If you push it and you roll a 1, Murphy is permanently paralyzed. That's my deal for you.
How about we'll start with he's excited that he can wiggle his toes and move his legs a little bit.
No. This is, you have the option now of crawling, if you so choose. It requires a mobility roll to move yourself from one place to another place. If you decide to push that roll because you fail it and you roll a 1, he's permanently paralyzed.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Do I have the skateboard still?
Probably back in the Humvee. All right, let's just do the mobility roll to see if he can crawl.
Okay.
We're not pushing it, just making the roll. 1 success.
Yep. You would be able to crawl 1 hex.
Hey, Doc,
Yeah.
I'm starting to be able to move a little bit.
Yeah, I know it's going to come back, but you're not fully healed yet, man. You really should wait. The GM's probably just tempting you into this to fuck yourself.
All right.
By the way, I actually came up with this idea about a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. I thought it seemed like a cool way to transition. So.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I just wanted him to like have something positive, like whether he can wiggle his toes, move his legs, something where he's not wanting to put a bullet in his own brain.
Yeah, and here's the positive thing. But there's a flip side to the coin, is what I'm saying.
I got you. Well, there's no need to be rash or hasty.
I'm just warning you, that's all. If you push the roll, that's how it'll play out. Okay.
Well, he's kind of excited now. He's not as pissed off.
And I do want to point out that's not out of spite. That's just because I think it's really interesting to force you into making that call.
I got you.
So.
I got you. So he crawls over one hex and is very happy with himself.
Mm-hmm.
Making progress, Doc.
Yeah, don't push it though, man. Don't push it.
Or do.
This just means I'm getting better.
No, you're definitely getting better. I mean, we'd have to start working on, physical therapy stuff anyway, so. Yeah, I'm just saying, man, take it easy,
Does physical therapy include shooting people? I'm down with that.
I mean, it probably won't be pleasant. It'll definitely send pain up your fucking back.
Better than feeling nothing. Would Patrick Swayze say in Roadhouse, pain don't hurt.